So the first question is, what am I feeling right now? This gets you to focus on the emotion and to become aware of what you're presently experiencing. The second question is, could I accept and welcome this feeling? Usually I do this question with a bit of a smile on my face. I feel like it helps to kind of soften the experience and helps to literally accept and welcome whatever I'm experiencing. And so with each question, it's a yes or a no. Don't overthink it, just kind of intuitively answer it. Don't feel obligated for it to be a yes. If it's a no, we will handle that soon. So the third question is, could I let it go? And then the next question is, when? If you answered no to that, then would I let it go? So it's like, could I let it go? No. Would I let it go? Yes. You may find that you might even answer the would I let it go with a no. And if that's the case, that's happened to me before, the next question you want to ask yourself is, would I rather feel this or would I rather feel free? Free. When? So basically the Sedona Method, it's just a series of simple questions for basically navigating your emotions and learning to let them go. Alright guys, so I'm going to explain why does the Sedona Method work? Well, first of all, it's a very simple technique. So don't kind of let its simplicity kind of run over your head. It genuinely is probably the most effective technique that I've come across for emotional regulation. So the first reason and the first kind of almost like a cardinal rule for why it works is because it gets you to actually feel and kind of bathe in whatever emotion you're currently experiencing. And so when it comes to emotions, the simple rule really with handling emotions in general is to feel them and to feel them as deeply as possible. It's when we stop feeling our emotions, that's when everything begins to start becoming neurotic. And also we tend to create trauma and a lot of negative thought patterns and all this kind of stuff when we don't feel our actual emotions. So my kind of rule when it comes to any kind of difficult emotions, especially the extremely sticky icky ones, the ones where you kind of don't want to face it, maybe it's a bad memory or something like that, my rule is I will bring up the memory and I will feel it as much as I can, even if I'm kind of not doing the Sedona Method. Now, what's nice about the Sedona Method is that it incorporates this in step 1 and step 2. What am I feeling now, and can I accept and welcome this feeling? So that's why it works. Step 3, would I let it go? Could I let it go? So these questions are basically allowing you to tap into that natural intuition and capacity of letting go of emotions. So I feel like as we grow older, we tend to kind of forget that this is an ability that we actually have, and we as human beings we kind of just tend to hold on to things probably much more than when we were kids. So it's just retraining your capacity and just letting go. Why is this effective? So basically, we go through life, we experience life through our senses and through our mind. And what tends to happen is we carry onto and hold a lot of stuff. And so this stuff murkies our direct experience of reality. And that's what produces suffering. That's what produces a lot of biases and all sorts of kind of petty human shit. And what I like about this technique is that it's so simple, it's so straightforward, it's so quick. I've tried quite a few different meditations when it comes to emotions, and I would argue that this apart from obviously just feeling your emotions as much as possible, is definitely one of the most effective techniques that I've come across. So that's why I wanted to do a video on it. Alright guys, I hope you learned something. Let me know if you have any questions about this technique. I highly recommend you read the actual book, The Sedona Method, by, I think his name is Hale Dwoskin, I think. Hopefully I got that right. And yeah, so with the Sedona method, you can kind of make it as simple or as complex as you want. There's quite a few different questions you can ask. And the book goes into further detail with that. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is my first video, so hopefully I'll get better at this over time. Probably a bit shaky, probably a bit, you know, how's it going? So, but yeah, anyway guys, peace.